Along with the finals and the goodbye to Tekken 7 this past weekend, we saw a lot of crazy content coming out of the Bandai Namco esports account. And give me your thoughts. What did you think about? We saw Tasty Steve going to Cafe Du Monde. We saw
Hmm.
Sumichu going to a ice cream shop. We saw Majin Obama taking the biggest bite out of a po' boy I think I've ever seen. It competes with Sajam taking a bite out of the Portillo sandwich. What did you think about like the travel content, as it were?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is I was looking at the Capcom side of things during the Tekken World Tour. I actually haven't seen anything, not even like tuned into Eris watching it. I barely seen any of it, but I have seen Majid Obama bite out of a sandwich, interview, I believe, a Korean or Japanese Tekken player trying a sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
and the video with Tasty Steve, the whoever the videographer was, holy smokes! Like, do they work for a big company or something? Like, how
It's
did they,
10-0.
it was really,
Yeah, I
it
don't
was
know if they
amazing.
contracted. I don't know if they contracted somebody or if the cameraman was Tenno's cameraman, but
it
Tenno
it
did it.
wasn't like something's out of focus or the cuts are at a weird spot. Everything was just beautifully cut and scripted. It made them look amazing. It told a story within the time constraints. It was an amazing video experience, and that is so important to showcase for the tournament itself. Because oftentimes, if I just skip a lot of the conversation, tournaments aren't worth your money. If I'm just being
Mm-hmm.
honest, you go 0 and 2. A lot of tournaments don't provide the, like a memorable experience. But what can is the way you interact with other people. Maybe you pursue fighting people, getting casuals, but also the local area and just being in a new place and experiencing and creating memories. So it's really cool that they're showcasing that through known players and who are from the area too. It was so cool.
Yeah, we have Sumichu going to the gelateria. I think it was. Oh, there it is. So she got to try out some ice cream, which made me a little bit jealous. Uh, Now, I have to especially give it up to whoever was the person that shot and edited the Cafe Du Monde episode, because I don't have the actual video here, but what I do have is this photo of Tasty Steve taking a bite out of a Cafe Du Monde beignet, and it's got, dude, even like the Tekken 7 hit sparks of sugar flying everywhere when he's taking that bite. It's a work of art, man. It is a work of art.
The last hit slow mo right there.
Oh yeah, 10,000%. It's so good. Now, before we keep talking, we have to do a quick. This is the only award I think the FGC needs, and is the only award that the FGC needs to take seriously, is the Big Bite Award. So we've had Sajam taking the bite out of the Portillo sandwich. Now we have Tasty Steve taking a bite out of the beignet, and we have Majin Obama taking a gigantic bite out of a po' boy sandwich. Automatic, between Tasty Steve and Majin Obama, who's got the best bite?
Majid Obama free.
I 1,000%
Free.
agree.
He looks mad at it. Like it's so good he has to express anger.
I think we might actually even have the video of it. Yeah, there it is, dude. Look at that. Dude, I just ate and now I'm hungry again. This sucks.
I'm getting how he get nerd chills? What's the fat version of that?
Damn. Yeah, dude. He really had to work for that bite. It's a thing of beauty. But I was so happy to see that kind of content, especially, and you brought up the perfect point, because traveling to tournaments doesn't feel worth it anymore, right? Especially with how the economical state of the world is.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that too, man. I budgeted Frosties to see if I could do it, and I could, but oh my, four digits came up, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I gotta find some friends, a floor to sleep on if I want to, you know, too old for that, man. I can't.
Yeah. It's funny because I used to. I think last year I traveled to the big three, right? I went to CEO, I went to Evo, and I went to Combo Breaker, and I'm still paying that off. I had a day job at the time, so I'm still like kind of like working down on the credit card debt off of all those travels, man.
Shoot. I can eat. I got a bunch of Chipotle promo codes too, so I can eat for free. But even with that, man, Too much.
Yeah. Also, be
Hotel,
careful. Be careful because
airplane.
I think those Chipotle codes expired at the end of the year. If it was the stuff that they gave out at Evo and at Combo Breaker, gotta
No,
be
it should have
careful.
lasted for about a year. It should
Oh,
be good.
okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
I had to eat Chipotle like once a week if I was gonna use all. I got like 45 codes.
Yeah, me too. So what's really funny is I got a shit ton of codes, and then I ate Chipotle once, and I got sick. So I was like, well, guess that's not for me. And what's really funny is I still have the card like that I got for getting out of pools at
Oh,
Combo Breaker. I had another one for getting out of pools at Evo. Uh, but I think I'm just keeping these as like, hey, I made it out of pools. Check this shit out. I think they've expired at this point. But speaking of Chipotle too, I don't know if you saw, but Tekken is getting a Chipotle menu item. They went on the Twitter for Tekken and like put up polls on like what the ingredients should be on the Tekken burrito, as it were. I don't know what the results were, but I can only imagine it would also probably make me sick.
was that tweet via Chipotle or Bandai Namco?
I think it was like
Or
the actual Tekken Twitter itself.
that's fascinating because obviously Street Fighter's with Chipotle as well. So does that indicate a little something? Is there going to be a little mix of the guac and the salsa? We're going to see another
Ooh.
TVS.